Hi, welcome to another edition of Rockin' H Woodshop. I'm Drew Short, and this is my front porch, and I'm going to show you how to turn this boring porch into... looks pretty good if you ask me. Alright, Pinterest lovers, this episode is for you. Today, on this episode of Rockin' H Woodshop, we're going to construct this sectional completely out of 2x4s. It has over 325 screws and about $100 worth of 2x4s. Little back-breaking work, but it can be done. This is something the whole family can enjoy, and for all you DIY people, this will definitely test your skills. This is by no means fine woodworking, but it is a lot of fun, and it really appreciates the look of your front porch or patio. So don't change that channel. We're going to build this right here, right now. Well, since it's such a pretty day out today, I figured I'd do all of my batch cutting outside.
Now, just a fair warning, there are a lot of cuts. Little tip here, you can use some duct tape or painter's tape to mark your sections. Now, since my unit doesn't have a stop block, I'm using clamps. By clamping it in place first and then adjusting my stop block clamp, it makes easy work of setting it. And you guessed it, more cutting. Now, after all the work of stacking it in the truck, I ran out of room, so I had to stack it in the driveway.
We're having a tornado! Ah! No, they're just testing our sirens. You wouldn't have guessed it, though.
Now, this lot I'm setting in a different direction because it is dedicated for the corner section of the sectional. Of course, the lack of abundance of parts may give that away.
Well, here is the last piece. And I did buy 35 studs. And with that cut list, I just added up all the measurements and then came out with what I was going to need. And I did subtract about a half a foot for waste. And as you can tell right here, with a little bit more on my tailgate, I did have some waste, but I utilized as much of it as I possibly could to pieces that I can't even use anymore. So pay attention to your cutoff. Make sure that they are long enough or short enough to fit in pieces that are part of your cut list. Now it's time to put it all together and sand it down. Decided to start with the corner section because that's going to be the most difficult, and then we'll get to the other sections later. I'll show you how to put one together and then you just multiply it by 5.
Now, like I said, we are going to start with the corner section. It is the most complex. The easiest place to start is just assembling the arms and then constructing from there. Now we just want to pre-drill our screws on the arms so we don't split out the stud on the end. Use a little bit of wood glue and then screw them down together. As you can see, I use a pretty good amount on that end grain because it will soak it up. Now we're going to just put the adjacent arm on the one we've already constructed. Now with the arms assembled, we're just going to put together a partial bit of the apron. Now we're going to attach the front leg assembly. And as you can see, we now have a standing unit. We're going To attach the other aprons, and then the top section and the aprons on the back sides. Next come the two center support sections. Now, just dry fit your planks across the top and make sure that they are evenly spaced before you go screwing them down.
Well, center section is now done, and let me tell you, without a plan to put this together, it was, as they say, crazy. So now that this is done, I got to do the other sections, and it's going to take me a little bit longer because there's 5 of them to go.
Now we're going to start by assembling the front legs. I'm going to do that times 2. Then, take the front apron and the support sections and screw them together along with the back apron. Now just assemble the back legs with the top. Now screw the side aprons on. Next, using a clamp, attach the front legs to the assembly that you just created. Since the legs support a lot of weight, we're going to use 3-inch screws into the front apron. We're going to do the same thing on the back legs into the rear apron. Flip it over and do the same thing there. Now just attach the top border sections.
Here comes the fun part. Screws are preset, slats are in place, now it's just all the way across. It's going to take a load off. Well, there you have it. That is the armless sectional that goes against the center. 2 on one side, 3 on another. I got a lot of building to do, so I'm going to go ahead and get to it, but you guys are going to catch it whenever it's all said and done and painted. I'm just going to throw some latex enamel that my wife picked out. It is a Valspar indoor and outdoor, and it is a gloss finish, so it'll shed any kind of water that beads up on it. You really want to think about the conditions that your furniture is going to be out in, so make proper precautions whenever you buy your product.
And here is the finished product. Now you could go the extra mile and plug all of your screw holes and then sand them smooth to where it looks like it was assembled with just glue, but I knew this was going to be outdoors and I really wasn't too concerned with that. And plus the wife really didn't care either. And here is what it looks like with the magic of pillows. The cushions we found at Walmart.com and the top pillows we found at Lowe's on sale.